Showtime?
Go time.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Peter Miles podcast. And in this installment, we are going to be ranking our top 10 live action or just movie Spider-Man villains. And this was the hardest, I think the hardest ranking that we've ever had to do.
For sure. Like, it took us a minute. Like, oh boy. We took our personal. We didn't rank every single one. We just took our. It's so hard, so we didn't want to rank all of them. But we took our personal top 10 and how we feel like our personal top 10 list. Mm-hmm. So that's what we did.
Yeah, because we were originally going to just rank them all, but we were like, there's so many villains in some of the movies that are just like. They're just barely in it. Like, for instance, Tombstone in Into the Spider-Verse, he's barely in it. So, like, how can you really gauge an accurate spot for him in your ranking of all of them? Whereas, like, Tombstone's a pretty damn good villain, but, like, in that film, he just really didn't have that big of a presence. So it was hard to gauge. So we ultimately decided for just do a top 10 of our favorite cinematic villains that we've seen so far in all the movies, Spider-Verse included.
Yeah.
So, we were gone for, we took a little bit of a hiatus, like 2 weeks. Yeah. We just had a lot of stuff going on. But we're back. And we're super excited to get into this ranking. Hopefully, we'll be getting some more updates on the current status of the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes that are going on. And hopefully we can finally just move forward on some production and just script writing for Spider-Man 4, because that's what we want. We couldn't give a rat's ass about Craven or any other villain films. We want we want the webhead, and that's that.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get some. I mean, we're inching closer and closer to the game. So at the time we're recording this, we are exactly 2 months away from Marvel Spider-Man 2 tomorrow, which is pretty insane. That game is coming so quickly.
That's crazy.
So quickly. And RJ and
it comes out on the October 20th, right?
October 20th, yeah. So 2 months.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, yes, yeah.
And RJ and I and a friend of ours who you may see make an appearance on here are currently trying to plan a public meetup, like just to hang out soon. So hopefully we can get an IRL podcast episode, which would be pretty awesome.
Oh,
so
dude.
we got to do that when we get everything sorted. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. I mean, as always, to be expected with Spider-Man rankings, tier lists, all that good stuff, there's going to be some hot takes, and especially when you come onto this podcast, there's going to be some interesting takes and, as always, some interesting debates as well. So I'm sure there'll be no shortage of that here.
We still have one to do.
Yeah.
We still have one to do about Spider-Man 3 or what is it? The first yeah.
Spider-Man 3 and TASM, and we also have one about popular Cross the Spider-Verse debate that's going to be pretty interesting as well.
No offense to those others, but I think to give them a brief summary, it's going to be more than just me and you on there. We're going to have some guests on there.
Yep.
And there's going to be some people that agree with Miguel, and there's going to be some that are on Miles' side. Be real, we're on Miles' side. I'm pretty sure you're on Miles' side.
I'm kind of in the middle. I can see both sides.
I'm joking.
I can see both.
You can see both? Okay, that's fair.
You know,
the Miguel fans are going to get
to even out the playing field. You and Darius can argue Miles' side, and maybe me and Shamoon. I'll take Shamoon's side with Miguel, so I can argue both sides.
Yeah, he'll need some help on that one.
All right, RJ, you want to kick us off with your number 10 spot?
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Favorite villains?
fellow webheads, my number 10 for the Spider-Man villain ranking is Electro. Okay. I want to start off by saying this. I love Jamie Foxx. I love his take on Electro, just not in TASM 2. Not in TASM 2. So that's why I got to put him on this list. Now, if you take No Way Home Electro and you put him in TASM 2, he makes that movie like more enjoyable. Like
100%.
He would honestly, he probably would have stole the show, but he in No Way Home, like the only reason why I put him in my top 10 is because of his like him in No Way Home. Like he was just that like he was basically Jamie Foxx, but it was fine. Like it was good. But TASM 2, man, like nah, man, like that's just
like,
not it.
Like you said, it's still Jamie Foxx, but it's No Way Home definitely. We saw him a lot more Max Dillon like compared to
yes, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Where it was couldn't be further.
I was like, this is not Max Dillon in TASM 2, but in this, right? He was very like in No Way Home. He was very, yes, he was Jamie Foxx, but like you said, he was more Max Dillon, and even the costume was more Max Dillon like. But whenever he's like on screen and he's just talking, like when he's like, the hell? Like when Norman is like turning into Goblin and stuff, and the Goblin's taking over, he's like, the hell? Like it's just so funny. The hell? And then like I love it when they're in the Sanctum Sanctorum and all the villains are talking about their past experiences with Spider-Man, and Electro's like, man, I was whooping Spider-Man's ass. Like, I just love that, dude. Like, it's just Jamie Foxx just having a good time. But I just feel like, honestly, if I'm Marvel, I'd bring him back as Electro.
Yeah.
Like, not just in No Way Home. Have him come back in, like, the MCU's Electro. Like, I would love that. Like, if they ever were to do that.
Yeah, and thankfully his condition is much improved.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So yeah, bring him back, use him as much as you can.
Yeah.
remember that line where he's like to Ned, it's just a tree, man. It's just a tree.
It's just a tree, man. I love when he's like, when they're all talking, like he's talking to Sandman, and he's like, gotta be careful where you fall. And like he's like, and then like he's looking out the window.
So good in that.
He's like, look at this place. He's like, look at this place and all the possibilities. I'm like, this man's crazy. And he's like rubbing his face. He's like, this. I've been getting like it here. And I'm like,
I like who I am here. I got a nice fade.
I'm like, bro, Jamie Foxx is killing it, man. Oh man.
Yeah, I agree. Electro's not far away from that for me. But my number 10 is the only one on my list that I'm really like. I don't really like that much. And I only put him on here because I had to find a top 10 and I didn't really find anyone I liked more. So my number 10
outside of the top 5, it gets hard, yeah.
Yeah. My number 10 is the Raimi Venom. Now, if you look at the Venom, listen to my reasoning. If you take Topher Grace away from it, when you just look at Venom the Beast, when Topher Grace's face is not in the picture, he's not saying any lines of dialogue. It is a decent Venom. I would change a lot of things. I would have made him a lot bigger. I would have made him like actually say stuff in a Venom type voice. But
yeah,
definitely got the like. He's definitely menacing for a Venom. Like he's very. How do I put this? Like he's out for blood. He wants to. Yeah. He wants to eat you. He wants to rip your face off, and
like screaming like crazy. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Topher Grace and that cringy when it unmasks him when he starts talking, he would probably be a couple slots higher. But I had to fill, like I said, I had to fill the 10 slot, and that's just where the dominoes fell with him for me.
Yeah,
which I think
I agree.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's right. Number 9.
Yeah, what's your number 9?
Venom.
All right. And you know what? Electro is my number 9. So we kind of just swapped those.
The only reason why I put I was seriously considering putting Jamie Foxx's Electro at 9 because of No Way Home. Like he's just that good at No Way Home. But he's not. He's less villainy, so that's why I gotta drop him down a bit. And it is a villain ranking. And I say what you want about Topher Grace's Venom. Yes, it's downright horrible. Like his Eddie Brock is horrible. I won't say his Venom's horrible. His Venom is pretty good, if you ask me. Like from what they were trying to go for, it was good. But his Eddie Brock is just not it. Like that's not Eddie Brock. But his Venom was more villainy, and he was like he was out for blood. Like he was okay. Like you embarrassed me. Like nah, I'm about to kill you, Peter. Like he wanted that revenge. But I have a hot take to maybe a hot take to some people. Topher Grace's Venom, not his Eddie Brock, not his Eddie Brock. I repeat that his Eddie Brock is not that good. But I prefer his Venom over Tom Hardy's Venom.
I honestly agree.
Yeah, like I think that Topher Grace's Venom is more Venom-like than honestly Tom Hardy's Venom. Like Tom Hardy's Venom is good. His Eddie Brock is freaking amazing. Like I love his Eddie Brock, but his Venom is just jokey and
he's got a horny symbiote, man. He's got a horny symbiote.
Yeah, like it's just jokes, and I just can't take his Venom seriously. Like it's not like think about like Venom 2, right? And when Carnage is fighting Venom, you're supposed to be scared while watching that fight. I wasn't scared at all. Like it was just like I'm not scared of Carnage at all in that movie. I'm not scared of Venom. Like we got two symbiotes fighting each other. Like come on, give me something. But Topher Grace's Venom, I mean, if you want to, it's okay, but that's why I put it at number 9. That's why I put it over Electro. So
like one last thing about Tom Hardy's Venom: the symbiote doesn't corrupt people in that universe for whatever reason. Like Tom Hardy, he's like best buddies with that Venom. Like they literally look like they're like college roommates. Like he's not dark. Even after he's had it for a while, it's like he's supposed to be like on like a warpath and causing destruction. We're not going to Mrs. Cheng's market and eating all the chocolate. Like what?
And that's the problem when you try to make a Venom movie without Spider-Man. Like you're in a sense turning Venom into a hero in a sense. Like it's just or anti-hero, whatever. But that's the problem. Because I kept saying like before that movie even came out, the first one, I was like, they're gonna turn him into a hero watch, and look what happened. But
just stupid, man. You turn in the best Spider-Man villain, arguably
the best,
into just a joke, man, and it's annoying.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But yeah, all right. Number 8, are we on? You're number 8.
Yeah, you had Electro number 9, right?
Yep.
Okay, so my number 8. I'm gonna put Spider-Verse's Kingpin. I rewatched Into the Spider-Verse before going to see Across Spider-Verse. Like at first, when I first watched it, like when it first came out, I was like, Kingpin was okay, but rewatch, I was like, okay, he's actually a pretty good villain. Like you don't get a lot of them, but he's actually a really good villain in that movie. Like his plan and all that. And when he's like fighting Miles at the end, people need to understand, like Kingpin was beating on a little kid, like basically. Like, beating on a kid. He's beating up on a kid, like
15-year-old kid, man.
He's being like, bro, it's like, bro, what the hell? Like, and I know like it's a cartoon and all that, but he's beating up on a kid. Miles is like what, 15 in the movie? Like, he's beating up on a 15-year-old, bro.
Yeah, I really like that Kingpin because like he does not care what happens. He just wants his family back, and he's the definition of like a flawed villain or like a great villain.
He killed Chris Pine's Spider-Man in the beginning of the movie. Just did not care. Like whatever. Like
the end certainly seemed to justify the means for him. He would do anything to get there.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care. This kid's beating his ass. Like, I'm gonna kick his ass. Like, Jesus.
I don't care if I crash the space-time continuum or whatever. I just want to see my freaking family again.
Yeah, he does not care. Like, that's like, I like villains like that just don't give a shit. Like, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I have to do. I don't care who's in my way. And he's this big fat tub of lard in the movie. He's still throwing hands. Like,
yeah.
But I actually really do like that version of Kingpin.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, from 9 up, I genuinely enjoy all of the villains on my ranking. And yeah, Kingpin, I do like him in that movie a lot. Yeah. But number 8 for me, I have Raimi's Sandman.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's mostly because he was a villain that turned good in the end, and that transformed over into No Way Home. So he essentially turned into like more of an anti-hero compared to a villain. And it was all based on sort of misunderstandings.
Oh boy.
So, and it has nothing to do with I'm not saying he's a bad villain. I'm just saying for me he's more of an anti-hero that compared to a villain.
Oh no, you have a point. You have a point. I can't say you're wrong. It's just I didn't expect you to put him that low.
I mean, to be honest, my top 6, like the 7 I have above him, I just couldn't. I could not put him higher than any of these people. I couldn't. It would be a crime.
Oh wow!
It would be the Kingpin of crime.
Oh wow! Okay, that's funny. That's your number 8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I know some people in the Spider-Man community will lose their shit when they hear that. Oh,
he's a good villain. He's not cream of the crop, in my opinion. There's way more, or not way more, but like there's a number of that I think are better than him.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Okay. So we're at
at least,
7.
Well, real quick, at least when we say things that some people may consider as bad takes, we back them up with facts and proof and reasonings to why we think that way. Unlike some people with
we always do. Yeah.
All right, you're number, what is it?
Yeah, that's fair.
You're number 7.
Number 7. All right. Honestly, you might lose your shit at this one. Number 7 is Doc Ock.
Alfred Molina's?
Yeah.
Wow. That actually is pretty surprising. I'm not losing my shit over it, but I'm genuinely surprised. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, you'll know why.
No, I gotta hear this reasoning though.
Okay, for me, his plan is fucking stupid. Yeah. And it's one of my problems with Spider-Man 2. Doc Ock's plan is stupid as hell. I mean, this Alfred Molina is great as Doc Ock. He is phenomenal. But with ranking these villains, we have to factor in the writing too. The writing and the motivation for Doc Ock in that movie is not good, in my opinion. It's just, so let's be dumb. Let's build this. Like, it's just, I don't know what he's like. I like the whole thing with the tentacles and stuff, and I like that, but he's just really dumb in the movie. Like, I'm sorry, but like his plan just doesn't work for me. I don't like the plan. Like,
yeah, I can't say I disagree. You know, it is pretty freaking stupid. What? And then what? I need to rebuild my machine.
Like,
for what though?
Like, why do you need to like, bro? Like, his motivation is, it doesn't. The writing with Doc Ock and the motivation just doesn't sell me. It's like, okay, Why does he need to build this? Why does he need to build it? Like, why? Like, it just the question of why is not answered throughout the entire film. Like, it's just, I need to build this. I need to build this. Like,
We still don't know why. We like what? Almost 20 years later, still don't know why.
still don't know. Still don't know why. Like,
We even in No Way Home, still don't know why. What have you done with my machine?
what have you done with my machine? Like, I just don't know. Like, he wants to build a fusion reactor, and it's just like, why do you want to build a fusion reactor? Like, it's just like, to me, this is how you write this. Spider-Man PS4. That Doc Ock, he had motivation. He wanted revenge. Okay, they kept it simple with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that man was on one. And I'm at the final mission. I still can't beat his ass. But anyway,
You need some help.
yeah, I do actually. But the thing is, I just don't like Doc. Alfred Molina's great. Don't get me wrong, he's great. Like, if we're talking about performances, like, he's probably he's top 3. But we're talking about the character in the movie, it's not that good. I'm sorry. Like, the plan was stupid and motivation was dumb. I just don't get it. And honestly, that's the problem with a lot of Sam Raimi like Spider-Man villains in that trilogy. A lot of the villains, their motivation is not really there. Like, Sandman has a more clear motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get to like the other ones in a bit. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's my number 7.
Yeah, like we Arjun and I were talking about once in the future we're gonna do some live streams, just the whole movie rogues gallery. We're gonna do a ginormous tier list for that.
Yeah,
just to cover all the, the villains that pop up. Like we didn't like obviously like Olivia Octavius, for instance. She didn't make our top 10s, or at least I hope. She didn't make it.
At least I hope. Yeah, we don't know.
We'll rank her and the rest of the gang in a future like stream or something. But my 7 is Kingpin.
Okay.
We already really touched upon that. So yeah, I thought he was great. I liked his motivations. It was a lot more of a unique and different kind of motivation, not just revenge. Don't get me wrong, revenge is a solid motivation for a villain to be a villain and do evil things. But this guy, he actually had like sincere, genuine, and good intentions. He was just going about it in the worst way. But yeah, and Kingpin, I think what makes him a very good villain, obviously the kingpin of crime. He like gets people to do his bidding for him. He does a lot of fighting with his mind. He doesn't have any superpowers, even though compared to your average human, he is damn near superhuman with his size and strength. So yeah, and he literally killed Chris Pine's Spider-Man and just like a Hulk smash on his ass.
Yeah.
Which is freaking crazy. So
it's crazy, man.
Yeah. I like the Kingpin. I just don't know why they went so odd with his freaking body shape. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah. I think it's
giant Xbox One.
Yeah, like you can make him a giant, but don't make him like a fat giant. Like,
yeah, I know it's a cartoon, but that was like a little overboard.
Yeah.
But yeah. What are we at? 6?
Yeah.
Which is 6?
The Prowler.
That's my number 6. All right. Let's go.
People don't realize the Prowler is a dangerous motherfucker. Like he's one of the, I think he's an underrated dangerous Spider-Man villain.
Absolutely.
Spider-Verse is just showing the cream of the crop with him. If you look at Spider-Verse, like he has two sides to him where like he's a villain, like he can go there if he needs to, but then there's also like the soft side of him where he's like, okay, like I'm not gonna go that far. Mm-hmm. The scene where he's about to kill Miles, if that wasn't Miles, he's killing that person. He's killing that person.
They would have probably been nearly dead already.
Yeah, like if it wasn't like if he saw, he's like, oh, that's Miles. Like if it wasn't Miles, he's killing that person, or he's like you said, damn near dead. But I really hope that Spider-Verse really like pays off Prowler in the next one, but also we get Childish Gambino's Prowler. Like I want to see that. Like
Eventually, yes, I do.
eventually, like Spider-Man 4, but I don't care. Like just give it to me. Like
Oh my gosh, dude, he's gonna kill that. I can't
yeah,
wait.
like but the Prowler to me, like I love the writing throughout Into the Spider-Verse with him, and yeah, he's got a good side and he's doing like stuff, life of crime, and but he's dangerous. Like he's got tech. Like he could. Like he's a dangerous Spider-Man villain to me that I don't think a lot of people talk about, and I think Spider-Verse just shows the cream of the crop with him. Like just touching the surface with Prowler.
Yeah, he's not to mention he's got one of the most badass freaking themes.
Oh, that
It
freaking
scares the
score,
crap
man!
out of you. Sends a shiver down your spine.
Yeah,
And
I hope they have something like that in like live action, please.
Yeah, and I love seeing Miles as the Prowler too, but Aaron Davis is the OG. He is
Aaron
that
Davis
guy.
is the man.
Get Tony Todd play a live action version of the Prowler. He would kill it.
Oh my god, that would be scary.
In a live action, at least a live. I mean, Childish Gambino's going to kill it. We know that, or we're pretty sure. But Tony Todd, if they did like a live action Spider Verse, I think he could. He looks exactly like Aaron Davis.
Dude, Tony Todd would kill, like, especially if you did like if he was younger too, like in his Candyman days, bro.
Yeah,
that would be scary, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Tony Todd, who's in Candyman, he's also the voice of Venom in Marvel Spider-Man 2, which he's gonna kill that. We already know, but I don't know. I was just looking, like I saw photos of him recently, and I'm like, he looks exactly like Aaron Davis from Spider-Verse. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But that's good. We got our first like exact agreement on our list, number 6 with the Prowler. Now we're moving into top 5 territory. So I think these are the top 5 was especially tough for me. And these are my cream of the crop, my favorite cinematic villains for Spider-Man, and just you can even throw some of these in for just like all-time cinema villains. They could be in the conversation for me.
For sure, especially the top 3. Like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah. But what's your number 5?
Sandman.
Okay. Any reason?
Oh. Yeah, my thing cut out. What the hell?
No, I said any reason.
Oh, okay. For number 5, okay. It's like you said, but the reason why he's in my top 5 because Thomas Hayden Church just kills it, and not only that, I do like my villains, but I do like my gray area. Like, okay, why? I feel like out of that Raimi trilogy, he to me was like probably like top 2, like one of the best written like villains. Like he's probably, I think he's right behind Green Goblin, but like in that whole trilogy. But to me, like you said, he's more of an anti-hero, but I like that with the Spider-Man movie where like they show you like, okay, like the villain's not a clear-cut villain, but he's more of an anti-hero. Yeah. There's a reason why he's doing this. But I just enjoy Thomas Hayden Church. Like I love like the comic accurate costume. Like he looks right out of the comics with that shirt. I love that. But that's the reason why he's my number 5. Yeah, but I had to put him in my number 5 because I love Sandman. I love that interpretation of Sandman so much.
Yeah, I love his like motivation. It's not to take over the world or just be evil for the sake of being evil. He's just trying to support his sick daughter, support his family. Yeah, and crime's the only way he knows he's able to do that. Yeah, and it's truly like a tragic story, and you throw in the Uncle Ben stuff. It makes it even more like you really feel for the guy.
Like, and it goes for like with forgiveness with Peter. Like he has to forgive, like learn how to forgive, and stuff like that. That's the best part of Spider-Man 3 for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Thomas Hayden Church. I wish he actually made it like a live, like an in-person appearance in No Way Home.
Yeah, dude.
But
I did.
I think what was it? Like just scheduling conflicts or something,
or COVID.
COVID, yeah. Damn COVID, you piece of shit. All right. My number 5. Jeez. So I got Doc Ock at my number 5.
Okay.
So pretty much the same reason as you. It has nothing to do with Alfred Molina or anything like that, or the delivery that he gives. It's just the pointless motivation. I get that the arms are corrupting his mind, but the arms aren't even making it make sense. Like, it still doesn't make sense. I mean, we already kind of covered it, but it's pretty much the same reasons. But Doc Ock is, I mean, he still made it in my top 5. So
yeah, pretty much we already covered the reasons. But that's your number 5. Okay, we're at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 4. This might be a surprise to some people to spot.
That's actually my number 4.
Wow. I know people are going to disagree with this, but listen. I feel like, yes, you can say we haven't seen enough of him, but there are we didn't see enough of, we didn't see as much as we should have with Kingpin and Spider-Verse, but he was damn good.
Yeah.
Same with the Prowler, they were damn good. But
sometimes less is more.
True. I love this spot. First off, he's comedy, but also he can be really menacing, and that stuff that he really I know people are not going to take the spot seriously. I get it, but for what they're trying to do, it's damn good. And listen, Miguel O'Hara, he's going to need to put out his issues aside with Miles, and they're going to have to work together because the spot's going to be OP in the next Spider-Verse film. And not only that, but he wants to destroy Miles' life. He literally put a vision in Miles' head about what's going to happen and stuff, and putting the fear factor in Miles, and that fully impacted Miles' decision to save his dad. Because people don't Miles is thinking about what the spot was saying and stuff like that. So the reason why I have him up so high is because the spot's dialogue to Miles further impacts what happens later on in the film, and what Miles' decision making is, and how he really wants to protect his dad, because he was going to do it anyway. But the spot's words of I'm going to take everything that you love and all that stuff, it's putting the fear factor in it, and that's what I love about the spot as a villain.
Where do I start, man? First of all, I love the origin that they gave for him.
Yes,
a forgettable scene in the first movie. A guy gets the guy that got hit with the damn bagel, and the fact that Miles, he thought he was doing everything right in Spider-Verse, but that's what comes with the job of being Spider-Man. You can't always do things that work out for everybody, and this guy paid the price, and his life got ruined. And you really feel for him when he's telling his story. And Miles is just kind of, the classic Spider-Man quipping at him. Oh, it's just a villain of the week. But it's crazy that Spot really flips on a dime. He flips that switch and his personality changes, because it's like Miles doesn't even know what he did, and he's still treating him like a doormat, like a joke.
He's treating him like a doormat, just talking crap about him.
He was just you know what? I'm done. When he's like, I lost everything. My job, my career, my life, my face, my family won't even look at me.
Won't even look at me.
This guy, and you know what? Revenge. Yeah, you kind of justified with that, bro.
Miles, I love him, but it's he was villain of the weekend. Spot's what did you just say? He wants him to take him seriously too. It's
I think most of us probably didn't take the Spot seriously for the first half of the movie. And then when he went into the Collider again at Alchemax in Gandu Land, he literally scared the shit out of me. When it was that flashing black and white epileptic episode. Dude.
And I think it showed Miles' dad dying in that episode. Oh man, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man, you are crazy.
This dude, he means business.
He means business, man. I'm telling you, I think he's gonna be a lot more menacing in the next one.
Yeah, like when he said that line, I'm gonna take everything from you. Like he took everything.
I
from me.
think the next film, yeah, Miles is gonna have to fight Miles, Prowler Miles, but I think Prowler Miles is gonna help him.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah, because like he said my dad's dead or something like that, and he kind of like brushed it off. He didn't really care, Prowler Miles. But that would be dope.
Yeah, they fight and then like, oh man, dude, that would be crazy. Yeah, that's why number 4.
But yeah, Spot, like one movie of seeing him, and yeah, he made it to our top 5s. That's saying something, man. And like I love the Spot. Like the Spot is a very underrated villain in just the entire, or like in terms of the whole Spider-Man Rogues Gallery. I loved him in the animated series. He was hilarious then too, and really good. But it was just cool to see him finally in headlining his own, like a movie of being like the main villain, potentially the final final villain in the trilogy.
Yeah.
But number 3.
I'm gonna go with Mysterio.
All right.
Listen. I know there's some people that don't. There's people that love Far From Home. There's people that don't like Far From Home. But there's one thing you can't deny: Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio is fucking amazing. He say what you want about like how his motivation and like, oh yeah, it's Iron Man and stuff like that. The thing about it that makes it work is, yes, it's connected to Iron Man. I get that, but it emphasizes how Spider-Man has to be to clean up a lot of people's messes. This happens a lot throughout like comics, whatever. Like he has to clean up the messes, and it kind of furthers back about like Vulture, like what he said about Stark. I'm not saying that what he said was right, but he says like Vulture was telling him guys like us, like, you know, he has a point. But you know, the thing is that I like about Mysterio, he is willing to do whatever it takes and to like get what he wants. And he had no problem killing MJ, Ned, everybody that was friends with Peter. Like he did not care. Like he was like, no, kill them all. Like he's telling the drones, kill them all that stuff. But also, kill them all. but he's Jake Gyllenhaal's performance is so good. But also like him tricking Peter, and Peter thought that they were friends, and we all knew that was gonna happen. Like if you're a Spider-Man fan, you knew that was gonna happen. Like we all knew that was gonna happen. But it's just the way he did it. It was like, okay, now that's just like wow. And the illusion scene, bro, just chef's kiss, bro. Beautifully done. And there's some concept art out there that was supposed to be like, they were supposed to include a bunch of other stuff. I was like, yo, they should have included that, man. But and also we cannot leave out Mysterio outs Peter Parker's identity as Spider-Man.
Yep.
Come on. I mean, come on. He's
like Peter may have beaten him, but Mysterio got the last laugh in that fight.
Yeah, like he beat him, but then like he lost at the end. Like like bro, like I remember seeing that in theater. I was like, bro, what the hell? Like
best post-credit scene. We said it like 5 times, but we're gonna say it again.
Best post-credit scene. Best post-credit scene in Marvel history. I do not care.
Yep. Absolutely.
Like I don't know if that was good on them leaving that as a post-credit scene, because I don't think there's going to be a post-credit scene that tops that. That post-credit scene was amazing.
Yeah. It literally left you on the edge of your seat. You thought you got a satisfying conclusion to the movie, but boom, there's just that.
Not even just that. You got J.K. Simmons coming back to J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
I remember when I was first watching it, my theater was like, yo! like this is amazing, man. But I
got to get that Funko Pop of him. I need a J. Jonah Jameson pop.
Yeah, I do. But I love Mysterio in this movie. Like Brent, I don't think he's dead.
We talked about this. Yep.
I don't think he's dead. A backup plan. He has a backup plan for a backup plan. Like he and the thing is, if you watch Far From Home, like if you watch that final fight, there's clues there that Spider-Man's not gonna win. Like, because he says, like, he tells Peter, I have contingencies, like I always have, like, and then like with the Edith glasses and stuff like that, it tells you that he's dead, but then like the thing is, Mysterio could have like told Edith, like, okay, say I'm dead here. Like he could have easily said that. And then like, with the drones and all that stuff. And then like the guy closing the computer, like they had contingencies. Like Mysterio, this is Mysterio. This is Quentin Beck. He's always gonna have
and this is what remember what I said to you? Like he's got that footage of him recording himself, like Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and Doctor Strange said, make it so no one will know. And he's probably still got that footage, so he might be the only one that knows.
Yeah. Like that could be an interesting like future movie, like Spider-Man 5 plot or something. Like, dude.
Return of Mysterio.
Like he has to like stop it from like getting out of it again. Like, bro. And like I would love that. Like they have to do that. Bring Jake Gyllenhaal back. He was too freaking good as Mysterio. Like too freaking good.
Dude, the MCU has been they have not missed in casting villains.
They haven't. And I think they have the better villains too. But like he ate that role, man. Like, oh dude.
Literally our top 3 Spider-Man villains are the main villains in each of the 3 MCU Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
For good reason.
Yeah.
Not even just because we love Tom Holland, but it's literally because they are.
Some villains are damn good, man. Like,
but my top my third is Vulture. It is not Vulture, but literally the fact that you turned a guy who played Batman literally 15, 20 years prior to this movie and turned him into an iconic and one of the third best and second best, I'm sure for RJ's best for Spider-Man villain is insane. Like Michael Keaton was this was amazing. And it wasn't no insane, like the Vulture is not the craziest Spider-Man villain. And this is not the Homecoming is not the craziest Spider-Man movie, but just the motivations, what he does and what Spider-Man has to do to stop him makes it that much more, like we just talked about this, less is more sometimes. And just even like the simple scenes of him turn in the car, pulling out the Glock or whatever the hell it was, and just, does she know? Keep it that way. Just show my daughter a good time, but not too.
Dude, this man, he pulled a gun on him, bro. He pulled a gun. Like he gets in the Glock. He gets in the freaking compartment. He pulls a gun. He's like, I'm like, yo, wait a minute.
He says, if you interfere with my business again, I'll kill you. To a 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid. He literally said he would kill him.
Yeah. To
protect his family. I love those villain motivations. It makes me sympathize for the villains. And that's why he's number 3 for me.
We're on 2. Number 2 is Vulture. Like, Vulture's fucking amazing. Michael Keaton, bravo! Like you killed it. I love his motivation, like you said, but also we have to talk about that twist. That freaking twist, man! One of the best twists in cinema.
Oh yeah, when you open the door.
He opened the door, and you're like, he's about to take Liz out, and then it's freaking Adrian Toomes. Open it, like, what the hell, man? Like, man,
you must be Peter.
And Peter's like, what?
He literally shit a brick in his freaking trousers.
It's like, Jesus Christ! Like, just the way, like that. Oh man, dude, he. Freak, like, dude, And Michael Keaton does such a good job, and you could tell like him and Holland like kind of like going off each other and stuff like that, and that was good. But I love the car scene where like Liz is like talking, and she's like this, "Oh, you disappear," and that's when Adrian puts it together. He's like, "Oh."
And we talked about this too, like just the simple directing. Literally, the light's red, and then when
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
it clicks in his mind that he's Spider-Man, and it turns green.
It turns
like a
green.
light that goes off.
John to watch, you freaking genius! Like that's
good. Like you can see the light on his face, like the light on his face. Oh man,
like, it turns green as he figures it out. He's like, "Oh, he's Peter Spider-Man."
Then he just
bro,
good old Spider-Man.
Good old Spider-Man. And like, and then Peter in the car, he's like, I do not like where this is going. And like Tom's acting in that scene, everybody in that scene, they did a great job. But Tom's like just nervous and he doesn't know what to do. And it's just like wow. And that is the first scene. And this is like the first scene in any of the MCU Spider-Man films where the consequence of being Spider-Man. That's the consequence.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, dude. Like,
because like
wow.
People always complain, oh, if Tom Holland doesn't face consequences. It's not always this people die consequence. It's the little
there's little things that are consequences. Like he can in Homecoming, there's plenty of that where like he couldn't go to the pool where they snuck out at in Washington. Like he couldn't go to the pool. He had to go see about the weapons and stuff like that. And he couldn't go to Homecoming. And it's called Spider-Man Homecoming. He couldn't go to Homecoming. Like, come on.
It cost him a fine black woman. But he got an even better black woman.
He got Zendaya as MJ, yeah. And it's on screen and off screen, but lucky bastard. Anyway, but Vulture's freaking amazing. But
absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I mean, like this top three or the top 3 and 2 was so hard for me, and I had Mysterio at number 2. I mean, Mysterio is definitely probably my top 2 Spider-Man villains in the comics as well. I just love the concept of him as a character, and there's just the illusion tech to be a fake superhero. That is a very another unique motivation for Mysterio. Also, I mean, in this one, he's mostly he is still trying to be a fake superhero, but like he's kind of got that little he's still aggravated with Stark. And I loved like they kind of did like a spot origin for him. Like remember with in Civil War when he kind of the barf when he's given that his idea with barf, and that was his idea. I really liked how they included that.
Listen, I love Iron Man, but he is a dick. Like, Iron Man. Like, listen, Iron Man is a hero, but he does have villain qualities about him. Like,
yeah,
he
really does.
But the thing also that we Mysterio is the reason why Peter had to start over. Like he had to he's low key. You can say this Mysterio is the reason Aunt May died.
Dude, to be honest, Mysterio was ultimately the looming villain in No Way Home.
Yeah, because the thing is if he doesn't out Peter's identity, he doesn't go to Doctor Strange about the spell. He doesn't mess up the spell. Green Goblin, the villains don't come into the MCU's world. Mysterio's that guy, bro.
A lot of stuff would be different, man.
Peter, Mysterio ruined Peter's life, dude. He ruined his life.
He took everything away from him, bro.
He took everything away from him.
Everything.
If you don't have Mysterio in your top 5 at least,
something's wrong with you.
Something's wrong with you. Mysterio is that guy, bro.
He's just you gotta love the fishbowl head, man.
Yeah, and Jake Gyllenhaal, man, he freaking owns it.
Yeah, he is Quentin Beck.
He is Quentin motherfucking Beck.
That charisma is spot on that he brings. It's exactly like him. I love it.
Oh, dude.
But all right, number one. It is so. Yeah, we have the same number one.
It's obvious.
It's obvious. It should be everyone's number one.
Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, baby.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem motherfucking Dafoe.
You want to go first?
You go first. I've gone first a lot. You go first.
Where do I start? So, Willem Dafoe, he's the first guy that literally gave me nightmares as a kid. If that's not a villain, I don't know what is. He just owns this role of Norman Osborn. Literally, whenever I even read a comic, he's one of those characters. I read it in his voice.
Yeah.
Whether he's in the goblin suit or whether he's not. And he just literally 20 odd years later coming back in No Way Home, and he not only has he looked like he hasn't aged much, he has not missed a beat as he did. He's all pretty much, I think, all of his own stunts in that movie. He literally, I don't even know, man. He's just the performances he gives, and just he's the reason why Goblin is one of my favorite villains as well, too.
Yeah,
he really catapulted him.
Yeah,
the number one for me, just altogether when you factor in all different forms of the media. And yeah, Defoe's Goblin really changed he was like the first villain. He is the first villain I knew in the Spider-Man universe. So he's always going to have a special place. And it's not even just the nostalgia talking or just hitting home. It's literally because you look at the way he portrays the character and adds his own unique flavor and unique twist.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to show how much dedication he put into the role. So
he is fucking amazing. I remember when I first saw Raimi's Spider-Man. That motherfucker there, right? I mean, he just owns it. His performance is amazing. I mean, him and Heath Ledger's Joker are two best villain performances in my opinion.
Yeah, easily.
But the physicality, and I even like them better in No Way Home. I think that he's better in No Way Home than he is in the first Raimi film, but that's mostly because of the motivation and stuff. The performances of both are freaking amazing, but the motivation is better. The dialogue, writing the dialogue between him and what he's saying to Peter as he's fighting him in the apartment scene. He's strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it. I was like, bro, this shit, man. Bro, that killed me right there, man. And then
how did he even it's crazy that performance could top the OG, his performance.
Yeah, and then he's choking Peter and he's like this, your weakness, Peter, it's morality. It's choking you. I'm like, dude, bro, can you feel it? He's saying, can you feel it as he's choking him? The writing between those scenes is like writing a rap song. It's like Kendrick Lamar wrote that scene. It's like, Jesus, man.
Poetry.
Yes, poetry. And I gotta bring it up, the final battle scene when he's whistling and he's like this, poor Peter. He's taunting him. He's too weak to send me home to die. He's basically just calling him weak throughout the entire movie, and he's no good deed goes on. It's and he kills Aunt May. It's man, you killed her. You killed her. You are the one that killed her. And then he's talking to freaking Doc Ock is Norman's on sabbatical, honey. Quiet that dog. It's
the fact that Norman he literally switched on a dime when he gets the anti-serum shoved in his neck. He's like, Peter, what have I done? What have I done? You can switch like that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And then he's talking that whole scene in the apartment with all the villains, and he's turning into Goblin. He's like, that's some neat trick. That sense of yours. It's like Jesus Christ. Like he's like, Norman's on sabbatical, honey. And he's like talking about like, I watch you deep from Norman's cowardly eyes. Like it's Goblin talking, and then like he's like struggling to have everything you want, and it's like, damn. I'm watching that scene after this, man.
You freaking read my mind. Yeah, we're watching that.
I'm watching that scene.
But no, we're watching the whole damn movie.
Dude, he's just so good, man. Like it's Willem Dafoe, man, one of the greatest actors of our time. He is Norman Osborn. Don't even do another Green Goblin.
Nope.
There's a reason why they brought him back and they put him in the MCU. They could have had a MCU version, but no. Willem Dafoe's Norman is the MCU's version. He is Norman Osborn. He's Green Goblin. Don't recast. Don't make a new interpretation. He's Green Goblin.
And that's exactly, I think, why they didn't recast Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, because like they are dirty characters, man. Like, come on.
Like with Toby and Andrew, there were like you could see things that could be improved upon with bringing a new actor in. With Dafoe and J.K. Simmons, you can't really improve anything what they brought to the table.
Yeah,
like,
and that's why
Toby could have been a better Spider-Man. Andrew could have been a better Peter Parker, and that's why we have Tom.
Yeah, and after Tom's done playing Spider-Man, I don't want any more Peter Parkers, man, because he's gonna kill it. Like
Yeah, and even if they do decide to do that, that's some big ass shoes to fill, man.
Big ass shoes to fill, man. Like, good luck, good fucking luck.
That's like the new guy playing Superman.
Yeah, but Norman's freaking great. I love that. I think my favorite scene of his in No Way Home is like that apartment scene where he's talking, and it's like that dialogue, and it's just the way the delivery by Willem Dafoe, man. It's just. And Peter's like, you don't know me. Don't die. It's like,
don't die.
Don't die.
Can the Spider-Man come out to play?
It's like, man, dude. The only thing that I will say is I want a little bit more of him in that final battle. Like, I want him to come in before, like, he says,
like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah. I was like, bro, was he like just getting ready? Was he like talking in the mirror?
Yeah, he
probably was having one of those scenes like in the Raimi trilogy where he's like talking in the mirror. He's like this. Yeah, you need to do this.
First, we attack his heart.
Oh, man. First, we attack his heart. He did in this movie. Like, fucking hell.
Dude, he tugged at his heartstrings, killed his damn sexy arm.
And then, like, not only that, he stabbed Toby Spider-Man. It's like, motherfucker, you need to go, man.
Too many emotions in that movie for me, man.
Jesus Christ, man. Oh, man. We can go on and on talking about Willem Dafoe's Norman Osborn, man. It's freaking amazing.
I think, we definitely got us. I think we should start reviewing the films coming up in the next few episodes.
We got it, man. We got it.
What do you think? Should we start like chronological order?
Yeah.
Time we're ready. Okay.
Yeah. I can't wait till we get to TASM 2.
Yeah. Or TASM 1 even.
Oh boy, yeah.
You probably can't wait. I can wait.
What, TASM 1?
I can wait for both.
I mean, I can wait for all the TASM movies. I just think that like I don't think it's a bad movie like you do.
I'm excited for Spider-Man 3.
That would be shit, but it's enjoyable parts.
All right. Let's recap our top 10s real quick. You want to go first?
Yeah. Number 10, I got wait, am I going? Okay, yeah, I'll just recap. All right, number 10, I got Electro. Number 9, Venom. 8, Kingpin. 7, Doc Ock. 6, Prowler. 5, the Sandman. 4, The Spot. 3, Mysterio. 2, Vulture, and number 1, Green Goblin.
All right, number 10, I got Venom. Number 9, Electro. Number 8, Sandman. Number 7, Kingpin. Number 6, Prowler. Number 5, Vulture. Number 4, Spot. Number 3, Doc Ock. Number 2, Mysterio. No, wait, I fucked up. Number 10, Venom. number 9 Electro, number 8 Sandman, number 7 Kingpin, number 6 Prowler, number 5 Doc Ock, number 4 Spot, number 3 Vulture, number 2 Mysterio, number 1 Gotham.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this is definitely the ranking that we agreed the most on. I think our top 10 was the same. I think we just reshuffled a few cats. So
yeah,
this is I think it was the least spicy one too. I mean, the only one that might be considered spicy is our Doc Ock placement, but I think we gave
good reasoning for it.
Yeah,
it's the motivation. You can't just look at the performance. You gotta look at the writing too, and the writing is important. So
the writing, the motivation, and just the overall direction that they're looking to take the villain. Yeah. Because if you look at the Spot compared to this version of Doc Ock, the Spot nearly clears most of Doc Ock's motivation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our ranking of our top 10 villains. We're, like I said, we're going to probably do a stream in the near future, just doing a complete tier list of all the featured villains. I think that'll be a lot of fun. We definitely got a lot of plans we do want to review in depth all the films that have been released now that Spider-Verse is on digital. We can do a rewatch to analyze that film a lot closer. There is going to be a very fun debate episode that is going to include a few buddies of ours from the Kings of Pop Culture, which you're not going to want to miss. If it goes well, if it doesn't all end in absolute chaos, we might make it a occasional recurring segment, but we'll see how.
We should have more people on too. We might have Jacob on there too.
Yeah, we'll be getting some appearances from Spider-Man UK, Miguel O'Hara. We got a couple Spidey variants that
we'll see.
But for now, it's solely Peter and Miles, man.
Yeah,
doesn't get much better.
It's called the Peter and Miles podcast for a reason. So
exactly. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening and or watching if you're on YouTube or Apple, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep on thwipping. Make sure your web shooters are stocked and ready to fully load. Keep shooting them webs.